The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People Legal Defense and Educational Fund is a legal organization for fighting racial injustices. Using litigation and public education, the legal defense's main focus is to ultimately eliminate inequalities between people of color and their counterparts. The Legal Defense Fund desires to increase fairness in the economic life of African Americans. The Legal Defense Fund uses several servant leadership principles. First, the Legal Defense Fund uses awareness. They are always up to speed in regards to what situations are currently happening and how they should be addressed by the Legal Defense Fund. Secondly, they promote growth. The Legal Defense Fund wants to reduce the role of race in the criminal justice system. This, in return, promotes growth and a healthy lifestyles for individuals of color. African Americans are incarcerated at a much higher percentage than other minorities. Studies have shown that African Americans are more likely to receive an unfair trial due to the lack of sufficient legal representation. Also, the legal defense team listens and advocates. They listen to the people, they interact with them, and they see how the people really feel about situations that are unfair or seem to be unfair. The Legal Defense Fund then advocates for changes. They are the voice of the small people who feel as though they don't have a voice. Servant leadership has helped the organization achieve success not only within communities of colors, but throughout other communities as well. By implementing servant leadership policies, more individuals are willing to select the Legal Defense Fund because they know that the Legal Defense Fund's main focus is to put the needs of the client first. In my opinion, the most valued servant leadership principle is awareness. Far too often, things go unnoticed and quickly escalate to a more serious problem that could have been solved from the beginning. When an organization is aware of what is happening or what could possibly happen when they take a proactive approach and de-escalate the situation swiftly. Unfortunately, I feel as though my current organization falls very short on this principle and is really out of tune with their employees. I feel as though my organization should place more focus on enabling employees to do better and rise higher with one another to achieve the common goals of the organization.